Some dates are etched into history by triumph. Others are defined by catastrophic failure. Days where a single decision or a cascade of them leads to a point of no return for an army, for an economy, for a nation. Welcome back. Today is October 19th, a date that marks two of the most significant and painful lessons in American history. This isn't just about battles and numbers. It's about the moment the tide turned and the mistakes that made it inevitable. Segment 1. The siege that doomed an army, the Battle of Yorktown, 1781. Our first story takes us to the final act of the American Revolution. October 19, 1781, at the small tobacco port of Yorktown, Virginia. This is the day British General Lord Cornwallis was forced to surrender his entire army. But the British mistake wasn't losing the battle. It was a series of blunders that made this defeat a foregone conclusion. The critical mistake was one of arrogance and failed coordination. Cornwallis picked a defensive position with his back to the sea, assuming the mighty British Royal Navy would control the waters and keep his supply lines open. It was a fatal assumption. The French Navy, under Admiral de Grasse, achieved a decisive naval victory, driving off the British fleet and trapping Cornwallis. On land, George Washington and the Comte de Rochambeau moved with stunning speed to besiege the city. Cornwallis was surrounded by land and sea. His attempts to escape across the York River were thwarted by a storm. The mistake sealed on October 19th was a failure of British strategy at the highest level. They underestimated their enemies, over-relied on their naval supremacy, and found their greatest army helpless. This single surrender, forced by a perfect storm of Allied action and British error, effectively ended the war and cost Britain its American colonies. A military mistake that birthed a new nation. But our next October 19th mistake is a modern economic catastrophe, where the very technology designed to make the market efficient instead sent it into a terrifying, uncontrollable spiral. Segment 2. The day the machines took over. Black Monday, 1987. October 19th, 1987. The Dow Jones Industrial Average does something unprecedented. It plummets 22.6% in a single day. This is Black Monday, the largest one-day percentage drop in Wall Street history. But the real mistake wasn't the sell-off itself. It was the unregulated system that amplified it into a crash. The critical mistake was the widespread, blind faith in a new technology, computerized program trading. Large institutions used portfolio insurance, algorithms designed to automatically sell stocks when the market fell to limit losses. They created a catastrophic feedback loop. When the market began to dip, the computers all started selling at once. This massive, automated selling drove prices down further, which triggered more computers to sell. In hours, this digital herd mentality created a panic that humans couldn't stop. The mistake was building a financial system on an automated cliff without any circuit breakers or understanding of the systemic risk. The legacy of Black Monday is that it exposed a fundamental flaw in our modern, tech-driven world. We had outsourced critical decision-making to machines without a failsafe. The mistake of October 19, 1987, forced a complete overhaul of market rules to prevent the algorithms from burning the whole system down. Conclusion: the pattern of systemic failure. So what connects a 18th century siege and a 20th century stock market crash? The common thread is systemic failure. At Yorktown, the British system of warfare, relying on the Navy and underestimating a coordinated enemy, failed catastrophically. On Black Monday, the new financial system of computerized trading failed even more spectacularly, turning a correction into a crash. In both cases, the leaders, British generals and Wall Street titans, were relying on a system they believed was infallible. October 19th stands as a stark reminder that no system is perfect, and over-reliance on one, without a backup plan, is one of history's greatest and most repeated mistakes. Can you think of other moments where over-reliance on a system led to disaster? Share your examples in the comments below. If you want to uncover more of history's critical failures, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching.